In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to close clients through LinkedIn in 2024. So this isn't going to be your typical optimize your profile, post valuable content, blah, 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 the stuff you've seen 100 times on YouTube and all over LinkedIn. I'm going to give you the specific system that I actually use day to day to close deals, B2B deals, high ticket retainers that end up adding $50,000 to $100,000 to my business over the length of time a client stays with me. So my name is Colin Gallagher. I run a program called LinkedIn AI Mastery, where I teach people how to land 3 to 5 B2B customers through LinkedIn every month using this system that you're about to go through and another few systems that we've built in. To learn more about that, click the link somewhere on this video, wherever it is, or in the description, and we'll go from there. So let's get straight into it. So this is the 9-step process, 9-step process we're going to go through. I'll go through it step by step and break down every bit. So first one is post daily content. That is pretty generic. You see that in all of them, but it's important. So you want to post specific. You want to post a specific type of content that talks to a specific problem that a person has. That person being your ideal customer, and basically demonstrates that you have the solution to that. So you need to know who you're talking to. You need to know what problems they have in their own words. That's a really important one that most people don't get. They think they know what problems they're solving, and maybe they do. They're on the right topic, but they're not wording it in a way that resonates with people. For example, if I'm selling marketing to SaaS companies and I'm saying, here's how to get more clients for your SaaS company, they're not going to resonate with that because they want to know how to get more users for their SaaS company. So by using the wrong wording, it'll make it obvious that you actually don't know what you're talking about. So you really need to know the specific wording that the person wants to hear and give it to them exactly how they usually say it and how they want to hear it. So here's an example of a post I did. So the hook calls it out straight away. 99% of people have no idea how to generate leads on LinkedIn. So that's going to attract people who thinks that they might fit into that 99% of people who aren't generating leads on LinkedIn but want to. Then they'll read the post, they'll go through the value, they'll get information from it. There's a couple of hints as to my system, what I do, and insights that I've learned from doing this, because I'm basically portraying myself as I know how to do this, and I'm explaining why that is. And then at the end, we're into step 2. You want to leave a PS. If you want an outcome, send me a DM with a word, just a single word. And in this video here, I've talked for 8 minutes at length about how to generate leads on LinkedIn. So the video, much like the one you're watching now, gives me a chance to speak to the people on the other side of the post, and they'll then get to know me, much like when you listen to a podcaster over and over and over. Feels like you know them after you've listened to so many episodes, but they actually have no idea who you are. Same with this. The more video you get in front of people, the more they get to know who you are, what you do, but also kind of your values, because that comes through in the way you speak. So then you'll get a lot of DMs. You get inbound DMs. I've done these before, and I've got 100, 150 DMs. That's too many to handle, but that's a good problem to have. And I have a team of people that help me with that. But when you're just starting out and you want to generate some leads, you probably get, even when you've only done a few posts, you're probably going to get 1 or 2 in the first week, in the first couple of times you do this, if you've done the call out properly, and if you've written a good post, and if you've talked to the problem accurately, you'll get a few DMs. So now we're on to the next stage. So it's talking to the prospect. Usually this is where another place where people go wrong. They mess it up and just say, yeah, I do this, and give them a big long spiel and kind of scare them off, or just rude and say, book a call now, or just not very smooth in the way that they deliver the conversation. You shouldn't have a conversation with a prospect any different on LinkedIn as to how you would talk to them in real life. So think of it like that. When you meet someone new, you say, hey, what's up? Small bit of rapport, but don't go into a crazy amount of detail. And then ask them a question. They've reached out to you because they're obviously interested in the thing. So start asking them questions to discover if they're a good fit. And if they are a good fit, you still don't pitch. Here's where you here's where we get on to step 4. So this is a big part of the process that I use. We have a pre-prepared document that explains everything about our system, our service, and the past clients we've worked with. So this is a great way to deflect. If someone just hits you with what's the price straight off the bat, you just say, here's a document with a load of information about my service. Take a look. In the document, you have everything about your service, how it works, the previous customers you've worked with, have it laden with social proof, laden with results. This is your chance to kind of prove yourself. It's the perfect pre-done pitch. I'm not a good pitcher. I don't like pitching on sales calls, but when I have a chance to send them a document like this, it's kind of the perfect pitch for me. At the bottom, I don't tell them the pricing, but I do price anchor. So I detail how much value I'm going to add, and I also detail how much my service is made up of a couple of different things, and I break down the specific value of those things if they were to go and hire multiple people to do the same thing that I'm going to do in-house. And then I'll say something like, I want to give you a specific quote, so let's hop on a call, I'll ask you a couple more questions, and we can go from there. Because if you've done a good job of getting lots of social proof in that document, you'll have gained the respect of the person, so they won't be kind of rude and still say, oh, I need to know the pricing, because you've shown that you're kind of equal to them. And this is where the kind of mind games come in. The reason people are asking you pricing so quickly is really because they don't respect you, and you probably haven't done a good enough job of proving your worth in general, or proving that that you have authority and that you're someone, I'm not going to say a force to be reckoned with, but someone that deserves respect. So the document would do a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of building your authority in the mind of the reader, and it'll kind of stop them from asking what really are disrespectful questions about pricing and things like that. So once they've seen that, then you can just say something along the lines of, if have a read through that for 5 minutes, have a look at the videos on the page. If that makes sense and you're interested, let's hop on a call and we can talk through a quick strategy. So then you get on a call, don't sell. So this is where, again, most people go wrong. Point 3 where people get it wrong. Don't just sell. First call is consultative. Act like a paid consultant, not a sales rep. So you're still trying to figure out, what their problem is specifically, because you could have only learned so much from their LinkedIn profile, or what they've said in the DMs. So you want to keep asking questions, keep trying to understand their specific problems in their specific words, and then on the call demonstrate potential solutions to those in a kind of a reactive way. Your document is the document that you sent in chats is static. It says one thing, but when you listen to the person and then give them a reactive answer to what they're saying, and it makes sense to them, that will be impressive, and that will impress them further, and it'll again further build your authority along the point towards getting them to sign for you, basically, because you need to gain someone's respect for them to pay you money. If they don't respect you, they're not going to pay you any money. So then first call, we do kind of a consultative approach, but we do say at the end, they're going to be wanting to know the price, so we tell them what the price is. But just before I tell them the price, I tell them, before we go through the pricing and everything, what I want to do is hop on another call with you next week, and we'll run through a specific strategy. And I'll book that strategy in. Then I'll run through the pricing. Then I'll talk them through the contract that I've prepared, and at the end of the call, then we'll say, okay, if you had to make a decision now, where are you at? Is it a yes or is it a no, or where are you out of 10? So you kind of get a vibe, and they give you the initial objections at that point. If they say, the pricing seems high, I would never drop my prices, but you can always add in bonuses and everything like that. But by doing this, you're getting a gauge where they're at the moment. Usually in B2B, people have to go and ask someone else. Even if it's a business owner, they're going to have to ask their team, or whatever like that. So the next stage of it is, once you hop off the call, you want to send them a video proposal that basically goes over what you talked about on the what you talked about on the call and reiterates the main points, the main things that they were worried about. So they're going to have some specific things that they were worried about. Over a 3 to 5 minute Loom video, screen record, reiterate the solutions to those points or reassure them that you have the solutions to those points. Talk over the general terms again and tell them you're looking forward to getting on the next call. So you haven't asked for a sale at any of this point, at any of this stage. You're just basically laying out the information for them as it comes, but you're not asking when would you like to get started or any of that type of stuff. What we're doing is we're taking small steps towards the point of close, such that when we actually get to the close, it's only a small little step over the line and makes it very easy to actually get the deal over the line. For me, this was huge because I'm not a good seller, I'm not a good pitcher, but this makes it much easier because I don't have to pitch, I don't have to hard sell. I'm just being a consultant really, and I'm kind of laying it all on the table as in this is how it is. And that I've noticed that builds respect from the other side, because I'm obviously not just trying to sell. I'm actually trying to give them kind of, give them value and move the conversation forward. And if they want in, then they'll stay in the conversation. So if you've done this on call 1, you've told them the price, you sent them the video proposal, if they hop on that call 2, you know they're probably going to close, but they're going to always have a couple of little objections to go through. Obviously, it's not just going to be that straightforward. So you can go into call 2 confident. What you need to bring through, in the meantime, between call 1 and 2, you want to put together your plan. So whatever strategy or plan you intend on executing for them, make an outline of that, spend an hour, 2 hours going through that, and put together something for them that you can present on the call. When you present it then onto the call, that'll give them the chance of basically getting started before they have to pay any money. And that will, again, it's another psychological step and mini commitment towards working with you. Then they're going to have a couple of objections. Again, I never drop my price, just out of principle. If you drop your price, you've lost respect, and they know that they kind of have a thumb on you, mental power over you for the whole relationship, and it never ends up well. So don't go in high and then come back down. Just be like, this is my price, this is the value, here's where I'm at, and lead with that. If you want, you can add in bonuses and extra scope and whatever, if that makes sense to do, but just out of principle, whatever number you lead with, don't drop that number no matter what. And yeah, when you get on call 2, you just basically go through the strategy. If they like it, they'll have objections, handle those objections, and then ask them when they'd like to start. And usually, as I said, if they've got on call 2, the deal is basically closed anyway, and it's just a matter of kind of getting them over the line. I'll briefly show you. This is one of the previous document that I was using for another offer, again to do with LinkedIn, but it was to do with corporate training. So this goes through, the benefits that they'll get, the results that I've got, some previous customers. There's videos in here, the problems that speak to them. These are the 8 weeks. These are the first 8 weeks, how it's going to work. This is disqualification. So if you don't fit this, don't join, basically. And here's more results, value price anchoring here. So I'm saying what you're going to get is worth 21,000, but because of the way I've set up my systems and so on, it's not that much. And again, more price anchoring towards a ghostwriter who can charge this much. But again, I'm not going to charge you this much because I've systemized everything and everything is so efficient. So that's an example of the kind of pre-call document that I sent out. I found this approach to be really, really successful for myself. Again, someone who's not a natural seller, like I'm not a natural seller. There are other people who have that as a gift. It's not one of mine. I'm very manufactured. Even as I'm speaking here, I'm kind of stumbling. But this worked for me. I managed to raise my prices up to a point where I can close deals at $7,500 a month on long-term contracts relatively easily. It is a quite time-intensive process, but when I'm in the situation where I only need, a handful, less than 2 handfuls of clients to pay for to keep my business going. As long as this will work really well for a small team. If you need to sign about 3 clients a month, this is perfect because it is time intensive. But if you're not doing it a lot every month and you're just focusing on the really, really high quality leads that will pay the big money and that will allow you to grow your business profitably, then this is for you. So Thanks for watching. Hope you found this useful. This is just, again, part of what we teach all the members inside LinkedIn AI Mastery. So if you want help setting this process up so that you can close 3 to 5 deals, B2B deals that pay you $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month, click the link below this video and to learn a bit more about the program, LinkedIn AI Mastery, and how we can help you get there. So thanks for watching.